The unfolding legal drama surrounding Sunny Hostin, the popular co-host of The View and legal expert, has taken an unexpected and shocking turn. Known for her candid and assertive demeanor on the show, Hostin has been the center of one of the most talked-about scandals in recent memory. For years, Hostin had built a reputation as a steadfast defender of justice, frequently taking on cases and offering legal commentary with a no-nonsense approach. Her breakdown in court, when the judge delivered her sentence, left many viewers and legal observers stunned. How could someone so respected in the world of television and law fall so hard? The investigation into Hostin's involvement in a complex web of legal accusations has captivated the public's attention. The series of events that led to this dramatic fall from grace paints a picture of rising tensions, internal conflicts, and accusations that have ultimately shattered Hostin's reputation. In the early days of the conflict, no one could have foreseen how events would spiral out of control. The View was, and still is, a popular daytime talk show that boasted a dynamic lineup of hosts. A hallmark of the show was its diverse range of opinions, offering audiences lively and often heated discussions on current events. One of the most recognizable voices on the show was that of Whoopi Goldberg, a long-standing actress, comedian, and commentator known for her sharp insights into political issues, pop culture, and social affairs. Fans of The View tuned in daily to hear Goldberg's takes on trending topics, political developments, and celebrity gossip. Her unfiltered opinions earned her both admiration and criticism, but no one questioned her authority or influence on the show. The production staff was focused on creating engaging content and booking big-name guests, and the cast was determined to offer fresh perspectives with each new episode. At the time, the show's success appeared unstoppable. The View had solidified itself as a major force in daytime television, with an appeal that spanned generations. Viewers from all walks of life, young and old, tuned in to watch Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of the cast debate the day's top stories. With its massive audience, the show became a lucrative platform for advertisers who saw it as a golden opportunity to reach a diverse demographic. While the show had a reputation for tackling sensitive political issues and delivering bold opinions, most of the public saw it as a cultural fixture, and no one truly considered the potential risks of its unfiltered commentary. However, behind the scenes, there were murmurs of concern. A few insiders had begun to speculate that Goldberg's sharp comments about certain public figures might eventually cross a line and lead to a lawsuit. Over the years, Goldberg's critiques became more pointed, and some of her statements started to attract significant attention. What was initially seen as bold commentary by a celebrity was now beginning to feel like a potential liability. As the world watched, it seemed that no one had considered just how much damage could come from the sharp words spoken on The View. One of the first major names to be caught in the crossfire of Goldberg's commentary was Elon Musk. By the mid-2020s, Musk was already one of the most high-profile entrepreneurs in the world. As the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and other ventures, Musk was regularly making headlines for his ambitious projects and unconventional approach to business. News outlets often covered his every move, and he became a polarizing figure, admired by many for his innovation, but also criticized for his sometimes erratic behavior. Musk's name began to surface more frequently on The View, especially as Goldberg and the other hosts began to critique his business practices and social media presence. Musk's supporters felt that Goldberg's remarks were unwarranted and unfair, but the controversy simmered for a while before it reached a boiling point. The talk on The View increasingly hinted that Musk was reckless, spreading misinformation, and failing to act responsibly in his business dealings. As Goldberg's remarks became sharper, the possibility of Musk taking legal action started to seem more likely. Musk's legal team quietly reviewed the show's transcripts to determine whether any of the comments made by Goldberg or her co-hosts could be classified as defamatory. While Musk himself did not initially speak out, reports began circulating that he was seriously considering a defamation lawsuit. It was clear that if Musk chose to pursue legal action, it would have serious implications for The View. Legal experts cautioned that defamation suits against high-profile individuals like Musk were difficult to win, but the damage to the show's public image would still be immense. Musk was known for his directness and willingness to engage in public battles, and it seemed likely that he would not let the accusations go unanswered. As time went on, more speculation emerged that Musk might not be the only wealthy and powerful individual seeking justice against the show. Sources suggested that other figures, particularly in the tech world and business sectors, might join Musk in a legal pushback against The View. There were whispers that the possibility of a massive legal showdown was looming, and it was clear that the show's producers were feeling the heat. As The View became embroiled in more controversies, tensions with the Trump family began to escalate. The Trump family's connection to the show went back several years, even before Donald Trump became president. In the past, Trump had appeared on The View and was welcomed warmly by the hosts. Video footage from that time showed a friendly Trump chatting casually with Goldberg, Behar, and Barbara Walters, with everyone laughing and sharing lighthearted moments. But after Trump's presidency, the political climate shifted dramatically, and the relationship between Trump and the hosts began to sour. Goldberg and her co-hosts openly criticized Trump and his policies, particularly as his statements became more divisive. When the show's discussions began to take aim at the Trump family, including allegations of involvement in conspiracy theories and criminal behavior, the possibility of legal action from the Trump family seemed increasingly likely. Trump's lawyers were known for aggressively defending him against any accusations, and some speculated that they would take legal action against the show for defamation. What started as a friendly visit to The View now seemed to have devolved into a bitter feud. As tensions mounted, it became clear that Trump's legal team was paying close attention to the show's coverage. Legal experts noted that defamation suits would require proving actual malice, meaning that the hosts would have had to know their statements were false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. If Trump's team believed that enough defamatory remarks had been made, they might pursue legal action. The possibility of a defamation lawsuit from the Trump family added another layer of pressure to The View's already tenuous position. With legal threats from Musk, the Trump family, and others, the show found itself at the center of an escalating crisis. As if the pressure from Musk and the Trump family wasn't enough, the controversy surrounding The View grew when country music star Carrie Underwood became involved. Underwood was known for her wholesome image and powerful voice, and she had built a reputation as a beloved figure in the country music world. However, rumors began circulating that Goldberg, or one of the other co-hosts, had made a comment suggesting that Underwood was somehow manipulating award shows in her favor. This rumor, though unsubstantiated, threatened to damage Underwood's carefully crafted image. Underwood's legal team acted swiftly, issuing a demand for a retraction of the statements. According to reports, the show's lawyers attempted to address the issue privately, but Underwood was not satisfied. Her legal team made it clear that if the show did not retract its claims, they would file a defamation lawsuit. The prospect of another high-profile lawsuit sent shockwaves through The View, adding to the growing list of celebrities ready to take legal action. Underwood's supporters flooded social media to express their anger, and many questioned why The View would even suggest such a baseless rumor. As if things couldn't get more intense, Joe Rogan entered the fray. By the mid-2020s, Rogan was one of the most listened-to podcasters in the world. His podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, had millions of followers across multiple platforms. Rogan was used to being criticized, but was also known for his blunt style and willingness to defend himself. He had long been a target of media personalities who disagreed with his views on free speech, health, and politics. When The View began to criticize Rogan, accusing him of spreading dangerous ideas and misinformation, it didn't take long for him to respond. Rogan reacted in his usual manner, using his platform to call out Goldberg and others on the show. Rumors began circulating that Rogan was preparing to file his own defamation lawsuit against The View for spreading false claims about him. As with Musk and the Trump family, Rogan's legal team reportedly examined the show's transcripts to assess the viability of a lawsuit. Rogan's potential legal challenge represented yet another threat to the show's future. With multiple high-profile figures threatening legal action, The View's producers faced increasing pressure. The show had once been a place for open discussion and debate, but now it seemed as if every comment made by the hosts carried the risk of sparking yet another public feud. The environment on the show had become tense, and regular viewers began to sense that something had shifted. What had once been an entertaining platform for lively debates was now a breeding ground for legal challenges and controversy. As the legal battles mounted, The View found itself in the middle of a storm. The once lighthearted show now had to contend with the real possibility of facing multiple defamation lawsuits from some of the most influential figures in the country. The cost of defending the show in court, both financially and in terms of public image, would be immense. The producers knew that the stakes were high, but they struggled to navigate the increasingly hostile environment. The intense media scrutiny, coupled with growing discontent from both fans and critics, made it clear that the show was on the brink of a major crisis. What had once been a trusted platform for honest discussions about current events and pop culture was now seen by many as a hotbed of controversy and potential legal liability. Would The View survive the onslaught of legal challenges? Or would it be forced to adapt, or even go off the air entirely? Amidst this legal maelstrom, Sunny Hostin, one of the show's co-hosts, found herself in an unexpected position. Hostin, known for her assertiveness and legal expertise, had been a key player in the show's discussions and debates. She had built a reputation as a strong, no-nonsense commentator who wasn't afraid to speak her mind. However, her involvement in the growing legal drama was about to unravel her career. When the judge sentenced her in a high-profile legal case, the public was left in disbelief. How had Hostin, someone who had always seemed so in control, become entangled in a scandal that had led to her downfall? It quickly became clear that Hostin was not only facing a wave of public criticism, but her involvement in the case suggested she had crossed a line. Hostin's breakdown in court left many wondering what had really been happening behind the scenes. Could her involvement in this growing web of legal controversies mark the end of her career? Or would she be able to regain her footing and rebuild her reputation? With legal challenges piling up, the future of The View seemed uncertain, and it appeared that no one, host or guest, was safe from the fallout of their words. The sharp commentary that once made the show so popular was now the very thing threatening to destroy it.